this week's episode of Let's Chat with Curry and Adrian. I am Curry Terrell. With me, as always, my incredible co-host, Adrian McMillan. I can use other descriptors.
I know, but now just say Adrian.
Why can't I say you're incredible? It's a compliment.
No, I like it.
Oh, my Lord. Hi.
Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. How's your life?
Fine.
Any peaks, any pits you want to discuss?
We went to a concert this week, we meaning me and Patrick.
Mm-hmm.
Vampire Weekend, and it was so fun.
What was your favorite song that they played?
Probably the stuff from like the older albums.
They did a lot of songs.
Yeah, it was like 25, 30.
Were people like screaming at the top of their lungs? Mm-hmm. Was there a lot of smoke?
No, nobody's smoking, thank God. But a lot of people.
Oh,
it was sold out, so there were a lot of people. And we left before the encore. It was great.
Wow.
But a lot of people were. It wasn't just us. They were singing the last song, and then people started leaving.
Yeah.
I don't want to get stuck in a traffic of people.
Well, sometimes it's hard. Like Avril Lavigne, her last song was "I'm With You."
Right.
We weren't going to leave.
No.
Also, she only sang like 12 songs, so we definitely couldn't leave. That's half the concert at that point.
That's really true. But yeah, it was good.
I went to a concert
I couldn't even tell you what it was.
with Ashley
Janet Jackson.
and Nelly. It was so fun.
I forgot. What was the ticket price by the last time you got it?
Take a guess.
It was lower than what you had originally told me?
Mm-hmm.
22.
Mm-hmm.
It was $22?
24.
Including fees.
Before fees.
That's really good.
It was the best time. It really was a good time. A wild crowd. Everybody was so into it, which I loved. We stood almost the whole time, which I was sort of expecting. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I loved it, but a lot of smoke. Oh, my. We were up at the top, too, so, and it's closed in.
Right.
So I was like, ah.
Wow. I know she has that viral meme, y'all smoking up in here.
And she just said it again.
She did?
She said, oh, I see y'all smoking in here or something like that. I saw like that 2023, 2024, like side by side.
Wow. That's bad.
Yeah.
Because you are getting a contact high.
Yeah.
Did you feel high?
No. No.
I'm just kidding.
But I definitely was like, oh.
Yeah.
It's some dense smoke.
So that's
in
people
here.
lighting up. It's not like a vape, right?
I think it's probably a mix.
How fascinating.
Everybody's got a vape.
I've only really seen people smoke at outdoor venues.
Yeah.
Not
Indoor. Yeah.
That's a fire hazard.
That is true. And we were very far from the exit. We were 18 rows back.
Well, yesterday we went and saw this movie, Thelma, and the inside seats of the rows on the left and right sections are against a wall. You have no exit row. So if there's an emergency, you have to climb over a million people.
Not a good design.
Yeah, I don't think that's fire safe.
Also, it's such a nice theater. So many people were climbing over the seats. I was like, we're not at the Super Bowl.
Right.
Like, just walk in the aisle like a normal person.
Oh, you mean like physically, like from the back?
Jumping over the seats. And this isn't like stadium seating. It's pretty flat.
No, yeah.
So you're just like...
It's like an old school theater.
Yeah. I did not like...
I
do not like that. But I also want to sit towards the aisle.
Yeah, of course.
Always.
We need access.
Always. What else did we do this week? Did we go to any screenings? Thelma, which we'll talk about.
I would have to look at my calendar.
That's it. I know we're booked and busy. Next week we're seeing Daddy-O.
We're seeing that. I forgot about that.
I still want to watch that movie with Tig Notaro that Tig Notaro wrote.
Right.
That has her in it.
Oh, I guess Patrick and I did our final wrap-up of the Lord of the Rings.
We didn't talk about that at all because we recorded before.
Extended editions of the Lord of the Rings in theaters. Basically 12 or 13 hours in theaters consecutively. Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It was amazing.
Yeah, that is wild. When's the last time you watched them back-to-back like that?
Quarantine.
Yeah.
But they had never been in theaters before.
Yeah.
So why not?
And yeah, that's crazy. That really is crazy. I love that you did that.
Yeah, it was great. And it was not on A-list. We had to pay out of pocket.
Yeah. It's Fathom event.
Mm-hmm.
It's this weekend, too.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw today or yesterday. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, that's right. Lord of the Rings. Who's your favorite character in Lord of the Rings?
Probably Gandalf.
Which is your favorite of the 3 movies?
The last one.
Which is your least favorite?
I guess the first one. It's the same like with Harry Potter in my mind. You know what I mean? Like going backward. But the first one is like so Christmassy. That one's nice.
I think the first one's my favorite.
No, not
I think
me.
they were so little.
Yeah. The newer ones definitely are more favorite.
Yeah.
Are my favorite ones. The 5th one is my favorite one.
Yeah. Which is the 5th one?
Order of the Phoenix.
Yeah, that one is good.
Or the 4th one. Or the 3rd one, because that's when it starts getting dark.
I wish they would do those in theaters back to back. Would we go 7 nights in a row?
That seems excessive.
But it seems fun if it was on A-list. But we wouldn't be able to do it all in A-list.
No.
There's too many movies.
Exactly. So it would be a Fathom event.
Okay,
and
wow.
we are not paying that. That would be like $200.
Okay, wow. Also, we did discover Cody Simpson might be in the Olympics.
Yeah, we'll find out this week.
Wow.
That's a big deal.
Pop star to Olympian.
I know.
Wild. Wait, can I talk about Bridgerton for 45 seconds?
Starting now.
Okay, starting now. I watched the last 4 episodes of Bridgerton. No spoilers. I think it's the best season.
Wow.
We have to wait 2 years for another one, which I'm definitely not into.
Wow. I have never seen 1 second of it.
But okay, you were talking last night. Do you think you would watch it?
No.
You were just trying to be invested in the conversation with me and your mother, which is definitely not for her to watch. I don't really have anything else to say other than I had a great time, and I'm sad I have to wait 2 more years. I can't wait to see. I hope they do another spin-off show like Queen Charlotte, though, because that really was, I think, the peak of Bridgerton stuff.
Wow.
It was really good. It's a great show. I'll stop.
Is it awards? Is it an award show?
I think it's been nominated for series, but I don't think any of the actors have been nominated.
Drama?
Yes, because it is a drama. It's not a comedy. I know. Even though now I don't understand the rules, because I thought the reason that like the way they had restructured the Emmys stuff had to be if it was 30 minutes, if it was longer than 30 minutes, it had to be a drama. You know how like Glee always got nominated? That was like a big issue. But then Palm Royale is on the comedy stuff, and those episodes are an hour. So I don't understand the rules anymore.
We have to write a letter.
Yeah. So who knows? But it should be. They're all amazing.
Okay, great.
And I have the best time.
That was
every
like
time.
a minute and a half.
The first movie that we saw together this week, Thelma.
Yes.
Last night, starring June Squibb, Fred Heschinger. Is it Heschinger?
I think that's right.
Parker Posey, Clark Gregg, Nicole Byer, and it was Richard Roundtree's final film.
Amazing.
You know what his big series was?
Shaft.
Exactly, Shaft. Thelma is about a grandmother in her 90s that gets like one of those scam phone calls that's like, I need $10,000, but it has to be in cash, and put it in the mail. So she does, and then she goes out for vengeance and tries to get him back. It all takes place in like 2 days.
You missed a critical story point in that explanation.
Which is?
They pretend to be her grandson.
They pretend to be her grandson, exactly.
That's the whole motivation of this.
Yes. I do know a woman in Hillsborough.
That did that?
She bought gift cards and sent them. And she doesn't listen to this, so like there's no worry, but if you really just talk it out loud, it doesn't sound real. Because if your daughter or son or grandson or whoever is in an emergency, why would they need a Visa gift card?
More recently, it's Apple gift cards.
Yeah.
So I saw a woman on TikTok who worked at a grocery store, and the woman was buying like $5,000 in Apple gift cards, and she said, "Oh, they told me like I need to do this," and the woman was like, "I'm not selling this to you. You're being scammed." The woman was like, "I don't need you to tell me." Yeah, it was fighting back. And she said, "Don't tell me I didn't tell you." Why on earth would you get somebody out of jail with an Apple gift card?
1,000.
Or buy a car or whatever it was?
1,000%.
You know what I mean? It's just old people aren't that.
No.
Disconnected.
And the woman in Hillsborough, not old. Not old. Younger than our parents.
So it was a situation like that where somebody had called saying, "Hey, I really need help," pretending to be a family member?
It started on Facebook Messenger.
Wow.
I'm in an emergency. I need these gift cards. And God bless you trying to help out your family.
Yeah.
But you got to really...
Was it a lot?
I think it was a lot. Like several $1,000s. But I think they figured it out or like had a credit card.
So she was not like Thelma. She did not take it into her own hands.
No.
Thelma went on a path of fury.
On a scooter.
Which
I loved. We saw the movie last night, The Egyptian. It was the premiere.
LA premiere.
And the whole cast was there. And they did a really brief Q&A after, which, again, no disrespect, but no questions were asked.
They need to hire us.
Q&As, there's a important key to that, which is the Q. You got to ask questions. You can't just say, that was a wild scene where you had to turn left at the like crazy intersection and then looks at the actor like.
And they both kind of said, sorry, I'm like, what are you asking?
Multiple people up there. Actually, literally, everybody said, what was the question? Because she was just rambling and talking.
Commenting, basically.
And also using words that didn't need, like, big. Yeah. I was like, you're smart. We get it.
Yeah.
Okay. But I was just like, okay. Also, don't they realize that that's not fun for anybody?
No.
Like, you'd think people that are, like, film people have been to enough of those that they see, like, what they don't enjoy.
Right.
Especially one like Thelma, where I'm sure they were like, you can ask whatever you want.
Of course.
I'm sure some of them it's very strict.
Yeah.
But like that one definitely was not. But it was still fun to see them all up there.
Was it rated R?
I'm not sure. Let me
They
look.
did a lot of cussing.
They did a lot of cussing.
Which I was surprised by. But it's so funny because you're watching old people.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And I think that's what it's really like a buddy. What would you say? Like a buddy dramedy?
Like a caper.
What is that?
Like crime, like solving a crime kind of movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Maybe not a caper.
Yeah. Because it really is ultimately June Squibb and her friend who lives in a nursing home trying to go back to get $10,000 that she gave to some stranger.
Exactly. And then obviously it's sprinkled with stuff about age and like,
it gets sad.
Yeah, passing away and sort of your legacy and your family.
But it's really about her relationship with the grandson.
Exactly.
Which is based on the director's real-life relationship with his grandmother.
Yes.
And he uses a little clip at the end.
That made me choke up a little bit.
Because, I mean, it is what is occurring in the movie.
That was so sweet. Yeah. The guy's first film that he's directed, like, full length.
Amazing.
And June Squibb was amazing.
Do you think she'll be nominated?
I think Golden Globe. I know I said that yesterday, but like, I can't even think what's up for stuff.
Right.
Jessica Lange. I know a lot of people think she's gonna win. She's doing Long Day's Journey and Tonight, like a film version of it. But so yeah, it's too early in my. I keep thinking every time I see Challengers, it's like, okay, now we're 2 months out of Challengers.
Right.
6 months from now, are they going to be in the awards discussion?
Right.
I think about it. That's my mental illness. But yeah, I thought she was. Also, it works in her favor. I mean, it's very heartfelt. It really showcased her in what she's got, which is very dry, like kind of humor.
You know the other thing I love about it? It's about L.A.
It definitely is an L.A. movie.
Obsessed. I love L.A. movies.
Yeah.
It just gives me chills.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know where all these places are. It's the best.
Also, Richard Roundtree, what a great movie to go out on.
The best. Very much a high.
Yeah. It's rated PG-13.
Oh, great.
And it comes out in theaters this coming Friday, I think.
You know, when we were in line, my mom and I were like, we didn't, like, what, you know? It was like, it was a little bit of a headache.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Waiting for like 2.5 hours. That was not fun.
Yeah.
But by the end of it, we were like, we're so glad we did that.
Yeah, it was cool to see them.
But ultimately, I thought, would I have preferred to have my freestyle drink in an AMC theater? Yes.
That's always the answer.
You know what I mean?
But we got to see June up close.
Yeah.
And the woman from The Nun. We saw some TikTok people. We saw the woman who said crispy.
Is it crispy?
Is it crispy?
Chris Colfer.
Chris Colfer, star of Glee.
I really think that's the last movie I'll go to there at the Egyptian Theater.
Like, you think when award season comes around and they're doing all those like movies that are only playing
I don't
there?
know.
Yeah, it's tough.
I don't know. I don't love it. I like it. I don't love it.
Well, the sound in there is just, and I mean, it's just okay. But what the air condition was on, which I did like.
Yeah, I guess it is the closest thing to like an arc light that we are getting, kind of, and not even.
Yeah. Could you get refills at the arc light? Yeah, I think you could. You
I
had
think
to
you
go
could.
up.
Yeah,
But I do miss that little tub of popcorn.
the caramel.
Yum.
I know.
Do you think Thelma's for everybody?
For everybody,
That's what I think too. I think I'm gonna try to get my dad to go see it.
he would love it.
I think it would be a movie he'd like. It kind of made me feel like Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris.
In a way.
But I think it's just because it's about older women. Maybe that's the only connection.
Also, June Squibb is like 70 years older than Leslie Manville.
Yes. And your point, I said older. I am 34. They are both older than me.
There you go.
They asked Nicole Byers, what kind of old lady do you think you'll be?
What a terrible question.
She said, I hope fun.
Yeah.
Oh, and that was the only question they asked her.
Yeah.
I was like, what a waste of her time. But she looked great. Okay, anything else you want to say about Thelma?
No.
Okay, next we're going to talk about two films. Adrian didn't go to the movies a lot with me this week.
No.
Because it's not his season of movies.
It really isn't.
But we're going to make up for it this week, I feel like.
Yes, I agree.
The first one I'm going to talk about quickly, Inside Out 2. Amy Poehler, Tony Hale, My Thing Went Dark, Phyllis Smith, Maya Hawke.
Why isn't Phyllis Smith doing press?
She doesn't need to. Sadness is doing the press.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Okay, I saw a thing today saying that the reason that Bill Hader and Mindy Kaling did not return for this movie is because they were offered $100,000.
I don't believe that for
and
one
Amy
second.
Poehler was offered $10 million.
I don't believe that.
I don't either. Bill Hader, I maybe on some level could understand because that character is very underused in this movie, but he's still Bill Hader, and the first one was a huge financial success. Mindy Kaling, I don't believe for a second they only offered her $100,000. Disney, it just doesn't make sense.
Why?
To me.
And they recast those roles.
They recast them. Tony Hale was Bill Hader's role, and he was funny, and he sounded like Tony Hale, and he has a great animated voice.
So they didn't pretend to be the previous versions of them.
No, but it was the same character. Like,
Why wouldn't they just delete them? Aren't there 500,000 other emotions that they could have done?
Yeah, I guess.
That seems weird.
Yeah, I guess. Actually, now that I say that, maybe Tony Hale wasn't him.
I think it was.
Tony Hale, did he replace Bill Hader?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
I shouldn't question myself. Here's the bottom line. If you liked the first one, you'll like this one. If you didn't like it, you won't. It was really sweet, very fun.
Same idea, young girl growing up.
Exactly. It's just a different stage of life. The first one, she was young.
In like middle school.
Exactly. The second one, this is her going from middle school to high school. She's trying out for hockey, and it's her like going through like a summer camp basically for hockey. So like a season of new and old friends, kind of picking between your friends, self-doubt. That's basically it. It's her figuring herself out and all of the emotions that come with kind of aging. Anxiety being the big one that was discussed, which Maya Hawke played or voiced. Comes to literally the same conclusion as the first one, which is you have a lot of emotions. There's room for all of them. So like...
Did we need a sequel?
Well... Do we ever need a sequel? No. But I think it was, for it to be a sequel, it was a good movie.
And it's about to have like the biggest opening weekend of the year.
Yes.
$150 million.
Yes. I know.
That's crazy.
I loved it, honestly. It made me tear up.
I was going to say, did you cry?
I didn't cry. Caroline definitely did. But I definitely like...
Don't throw her under the bus.
She did. She cried. She cried in Thelma.
Did she really?
Yeah. More than once. You're listening, you know the truth. But yeah, it definitely gave me chills several times. I was like, this is a really sweet movie. Wow. You know? And I thought they need to give it some space, but I thought they could make another one.
It's just going to be like Toy Story.
Yeah, I know. The problem I will say with this one is they added like 4 new emotions, embarrassment.
Who did Io play?
I think jealousy, but which was honestly, they never really explored that emotion. So again, wasted space, embarrassment, and boredom, which I was like, is that? I guess it's a feeling. That's an emotion.
Feeling it are emotions.
But that was like they added these other things in for comedic bits. But the ones that they have, I mean, sadness alone is such a memed thing.
Yeah.
I thought we didn't need that much. Like, it just...
Did she play as big a part in this one as she did in the last one?
Yeah, they definitely know.
So why isn't Phyllis doing press?
You'll have to ask her. I don't know.
I'll write.
You should write. But the pictures of her on the red carpet, the pictures of her dropping the popcorn, the sadness.
All right, I was going to say, Phyllis has not been anywhere.
Was she at the premiere?
No.
Did any of the actors go to the premiere or just the characters?
No, all the actors did.
I
Minus
didn't see
her.
those pictures.
Even June Squibb was there.
Oh, yeah, she's nostalgia. She's only in it for like 10 seconds. They said, we'll talk to you in like 10 years.
That's
it was
funny.
cute, but I thought June Squibb won't be... I don't mean to say she'll be dead in 10 years, but she's...
You don't know that.
Yes, she could be 104.
Yeah.
I hope she's in all of them for the next 100 years. I'm not wishing ill of her.
I wonder if like maybe she's making another movie. Phyllis.
Maybe she's gonna be in the Office spinoff, The Paper, or whatever.
I don't think so.
But anyway, she's a hit in this, and
Okay,
I
great.
guarantee you, she got paid more than $100,000.
You think?
She should. She's like the star of the movie. Her and Amy are the stars of the movie.
So if Amy's getting 10, what is Phyllis Smith getting?
Well, she's not a named actress. No disrespect to her.
Sure.
So I would say probably $3 to $5
million or $100,000?
I would think if Amy Poehler's getting $10 million,
Yeah.
I would say she's getting at least 3.
That's amazing.
She should. She's the voice of a huge character.
Right. And her likeness is being used, aka the voice.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Everywhere. In merchandising and all that
I'm
stuff.
going to have to keep looking this up.
Yeah, please. Report back.
Inside Out 2 is playing in theaters. It will only be in theaters for 100 days.
Let's chat investigative reports.
Yes. Inside Out 2.
Our first
spin-off.
investigation. How much did everybody get paid? We need
to get to the bottom of this.
100 days. Okay, that's good though.
Yeah,
that's
so
a long run.
They signed a deal basically that they would not release it digitally or to stream for 100 days. Wow. So basically what it used to be.
Like Dune. I feel like that was a recent one that did that.
We're just not giving movies time to breathe.
Right.
That's it, especially during the summer when people have random times off that they're not traditionally off.
Yeah.
You cannot have a movie only be in theaters for 2 weeks. No. Back to Black was in theaters for like 10 days.
I know.
It's like, people have lives.
I know.
We don't, but other people do.
I have a life.
I do too. And don't even get me started. Okay, the other movie I saw this week, Summer Camp.
Oh my God, what a flop. How much money did that make?
Look it up. I don't know.
$50,000?
Probably. It also is out of theaters this week.
Are you joking?
No. That's why we went. It was only playing it one time in the middle of the day. Summer Camp stars Diane Keaton, Kathy Bates, Alfre Woodard, Eugene Levy, and that's all state stands.
Yeah.
What's his name? Dennis.
I don't know.
Okay. Summer Camp is about 3 friends that went to summer camp when they were young. They go to a summer camp reunion when they're older, and that's it. It is in the tradition of book club. What's the other one that we saw? Palms. Those ladies we love getting back together in pantsuits.
Reunion.
Exactly.
$1 million.
$1 million. Wow.
Dollars.
Good for them.
Per theater average of $170.
That's like movies that get released in their hometown make more than that. But you know what? Again, it'll find its audience. These movies always find their audience. Book Club, 80 for Brady. That's the other one I was trying to think of.
Yeah.
I will say this. If you don't like that kind of thing, you're going to hate it. They're not great movies. They're just fun, silly movies. That's the end of it. They definitely need to be straight to DVD, but that doesn't exist anymore. So I guess why not have them in theaters? All iconic actresses who all can outact basically anybody, but they're choosing to just do these fun movies instead. AK, that's the offers that are coming their way.
Well, I think about Kathy Bates. She's in that HBO movie with Jessica Lange, which is like the most serious, deep, drama you could think of. And now basically same week, summer camp.
Yeah. The only complaint, obviously, there's no complaints. If you go to see that movie, you know exactly what you're signing up for. So I loved it. It was so fun and stupid. The only thing I will say is Diane Keaton deserves better than to be dressed as Diane Keaton in every movie that she's in.
I'm sure that's her request.
Definitely a choice that she's making. Diane, if you're listening to this, I would love to see you in any movie you want to make. It can be as silly as this 100 times, but wear something else. It just looks like they hired Diane Keaton.
Yeah.
She came from her house and started filming. The turtlenecks and she's like Caroline said on her thing, she's doing a ropes course in a blazer and a button-up shirt and like a bowler hat.
Like Charlie Chaplin.
Exactly. Which is her, and we love it, and that's her style. But like, you're an actress in films.
Yeah.
So at some point it's a little like, it gets absurd.
Right.
It's like Jane Fonda with the wigs.
Right.
Like, you have beautiful hair. Why do you need to have like a chartreuse spiky wig on in every movie that you're in? You don't look like
I'm
this.
gonna pee in my pants.
I hate it, but I love them. I'll see them if they make Book Club 500. I'll be there. I love it.
I won't. I would never waste an AMC A-list booking on that. In fact, I would try to do what I did for whatever movie we saw recently, where I got the refund somehow while we were sitting in the movie.
Yeah.
Which is not a rule that they allow.
No.
To break.
No.
And I've asked multiple times since then. They said, we're not doing that for you again.
That was a one-time deal.
Yeah.
Wow.
It has to be before you walk into the theater.
Summer camp playing in theaters? Maybe. If you don't see it this week, it definitely ain't there. But it'll be on streaming, I'm sure on Hulu in 5 days. Definitely
Peacock.
sign some sort of deal to be released, I'm sure, immediately.
On Freevee.
On Freevee. What is that?
Another streaming service.
I saw something the other day that said Tubi had more viewers than like
Disney Plus, Max, all of those.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I don't have Tubi downloaded.
I think downloaded it because our friend Ashley is in the movie on Tubi.
What was?
Did I told you also her co-star? I worked at AMC Theaters when I first moved back here.
That is wild.
Like 12 years ago.
Should we have a movie night and watch it?
That would be so fun.
What was the other streaming service that documentary was on?
Which?
The guy who did Ren Fair. He had a documentary. Remember we looked it up and it was like some other platform.
Oh yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah. Anyway. Okay, now it is time for our question of the week. If you have a question ever, remember you can call us at 919-675-2428, which is 919-675-CHAT. You can text us, leave us a voicemail.
Message us on any social media platform. This person's about to be very thrilled that the question's being asked. Are you ready?
I'm born ready.
Hi, Curry. Hi, Adrian. It's Caroline. Longtime listener, desperately hoping for you to answer one of my questions on the pod. Maybe today's the day, but I don't know. This might just be a thing where I just keep calling, and on my 50th call, like I'm on the radio, you're going to play it. But I was thinking today, as I was listening to the pod, I was wondering, what were your first concerts? Because you talk a lot about sitting in the back of a concert and movie theater preferences, but I was just so curious, what were each of your first concerts? Can't wait to hear, and long live bringing McGriddles in theaters.
Great question. And amen. Long live bringing McGriddle into a theater.
We went to summer camp, though, and the guy told us that Caroline couldn't bring her coffee in. So I was like, okay, so what are the rules? Because sometimes she can bring in full bags of food, and sometimes she can't bring in the coffee.
It's whoever's working and deciding if they want to police people or not.
Yeah. He also checked our IDs. It was 1:00 in the afternoon. There
Like,
was
for
one
summer
other
camp.
person in the theater. They should be thankful we're showing up.
We got to start bringing tote bags. Because honestly, we could bring our Taylor Swift cups.
Yep.
Our own candy, our own chips, whatever we wanted.
A tall can.
Anyway, my first concert, I think, was Snow Patrol.
Do it all.
Yes. That's the one thing I vividly remember going to see, and it used to be I wish they still had it. It was a concert venue at Universal Studios, like behind City Walk.
Okay.
You didn't have to go in through Universal Studios at all, but it was called the Gibson Amphitheater.
Okay.
It was big. It was really big. Bigger than YouTube Theater, bigger than... It wasn't like a stadium, but it was like an indoor amphitheater.
The Universal in Florida has a Hard Rock theater that bands play at.
Yeah, maybe it was like that. Well, that's where I saw them.
Wow.
And, Snow Patrol.
Did you have a good time?
The best.
Who'd you go with?
My mom, my brother Derek, and our family friends, Peggy and Dawn.
I love it.
And I remember they were wearing earplugs. I was like, why are you wearing earplugs?
A lot of people do.
I know, but now I think maybe I should.
Okay, we'll say it, Janet. I think it's, again, because we were at the top and it was closed. Like, there's a roof. Like, the bass, especially during Nelly, which he was incredible and really understood the assignment of 45 minutes. Mm-hmm. You know, he did every hit.
But it was loud.
I was like, I'm going to be deaf after this.
I know, and at a certain decibel, like after 2 minutes, you get hearing damage.
Well, I'm damaged. I'm definitely
And
damaged.
our Apple Watches now tell you, saying that, you are in a very loud environment and prolonged experience to this will damage your hearing.
Like Civil War.
Right.
That damaged my ears.
What was your first concert?
Leanne Rimes and Brian White.
Wow.
I was in the 3rd grade, and my mom and dad took me, and we had amazing seats. And Leanne Rimes walked to the side of the stage where we were, and I waved, and she waved back.
Can't beat that.
And when I tell you, that's like a
What
core
year was
memory.
That? What year was that?
I'll tell you because I have my concert archive app.
Which is really cool.
I'm obsessed with it. I have been to, and I've been adding things every day. And obviously there's some like churchy stuff that I can't quite remember. And some of the American Idol tours, I can't remember which years we went.
Did you put in Britt Nicole?
I did find Brittany. She was already on. That's what I'm saying. Other people use it.
How long did it take to add all of these in there?
Okay, the day that we were fighting at your mom's.
Okay.
Or that we were being quiet, I'll say. We weren't fighting.
What were we fighting about?
When we were getting mad at the game.
Oh, and I was not mad.
No, nobody was mad. I'm just saying we were being a little quieter than normal. Me and Patrick went and sat in the living room, and I did basically all of it then in that hour. I was going pretty fast. We were fighting at your mom's like we were the housewives. I love it. What is wrong with me? Okay, I saw Leanne Rimes at the Greensboro Coliseum on January.
You're not talking into the microphone.
Oh, sorry. January 28th, 1998.
Wow.
You were a year old. How? Yeah, literally a child. And it was amazing. It really was amazing.
And now y'all are Instagram friends.
And now we're not.
What do you mean?
We can message.
That's great.
But she doesn't follow me.
That's okay.
But I don't abuse it.
Right.
I only message her. Actually, I don't message her.
Would you ever ask her to do the podcast?
No.
Just to call in? I've been thinking about reaching out to celebrities, but saying just leave a voicemail. That's all we want.
You should. Let's do it. Tell me who to message. I'll do it too.
Everybody.
I will say this. Usually, there was this guy that does like her music with her, and he was very active about responding to people. So when me and Rob were going to the Del Mar Fair to see Leanne, I messaged him and asked him about interviewing her. That we were still doing the videos,
that.
and he said, "I think that I could figure that out." He said, "But here's who you need to contact.
Yeah.
This is like her publicity team." And he gave me the email, which that alone I was like, "Wow."
Yeah.
And I emailed them, and they never responded. But I did see him at the concert, and I went up to, and he knew exactly who I was, and he got her to sign my CD.
Amazing.
And she misspelled my name.
Do you still have that email?
I'm sure I could find it.
She misspelled your name.
Yeah, with a Y. It's okay. She didn't know. I forgive you. I'm still your biggest fan.
Yeah, maybe she could leave us a voicemail.
Yeah.
Like, what if they asked us questions about music, about movies, about anything?
I would die. I would absolutely die.
Like, they are the interviewer.
They're interviewing us.
Exactly.
They're chatting with
20 seconds.
Curry and Adrian. Those were our first concerts. What's the best concert you've ever been to? This is a side question.
That's a hard question. I would have to think.
Okay. Thank you so much for leaving a question, Caroline.
I just dissociate.
Took us 6 months
I know.
to answer one.
Sorry.
You can, if you have a question for us, it can be about anything at all. You can call us, leave us a voicemail, or text us 919-675-2428, 919-675-CHAT, or message us on any social media platform.
Yes.
Now it is time for your song of the week.
You go first.
Adrian, my song of the week. Okay, I'm gonna get it pulled up.
I have to find mine.
Also, I've been listening this morning to the Hell's Kitchen soundtrack. Oh my gosh,
It's good. Really?
I keep seeing
just
people,
got the chills.
I keep seeing people saying like this is like one of those shows that like in 10 years people will be talking about, and I kind of feel it is really. I cannot wait to see what the Tony performance is like.
Right, which
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Also, you saw Stereophonic got a performance slot. Stereophonic is a play that got a score nomination, which like never happens basically, and they never let those people perform, or they don't traditionally let those people perform. People online were like pissed, so they.
I mean, it's wildly popular.
Exactly.
So they should be there.
They wiggled in. My song of the week is Honey Boy by Purple Disco Machine and Benjamin Ingrosso. Which is real. I'm sorry, I'm moving my head. Which is really good. It's a bop.
Great. Song of the summer? I have yet to find a song of the summer.
Yeah. I think my song of the summer is really that Dua Lipa song where she says, "Now long."
I don't know that one.
Falling Forever, which is a bop.
Okay. Again, you are not talking into the microphone.
I don't even know what I'm doing wrong. I haven't moved.
You need to hold your head straight.
You know, I have no body control.
Yeah, I know in my car when I slam on brake and your body flies forward.
Okay.
My song of the week is These Days by Adam Simons, which is a cover we just learned.
Well, I've been out walking. I don't do that much talking these days. These days. These days I seem to think a lot about the things that I forgot to do for you, and all the times I had the chance to. And I had a lover. It's so hard to risk another these days. These days. Now if I seem to be afraid to live the life that I have made in song, well, it's just that I have been losing for so long.
Who's originally by?
Like a folk country singer.
Fabulous. It's good.
I love it. I got the chills.
And for those that are keeping tabs, those are two men
In a
we've
row.
added to our playlist.
In a row. Justice for Men. Singers.
You know, there isn't enough justice for men.
Singers.
I was watching Bridgerton and realizing that I want, you know how they did Queen Charlotte or whatever. And so, of course, I'm watching it now thinking, who will they spin off? And I thought, oh, they'll do Lady Featherington. They'll do the woman who makes the dress. And then I realized I'm just thinking of every woman over 40. A.K.A. my favorite character in pretty much anything that I watch.
You're insane.
Yeah, but I was like, oh, I get there's a similarity here. There's a similar thread with all of these.
Right. You need help.
Thank you. Anything else you want to add? What are we looking forward to this coming week?
I guess Daddy-O.
We're seeing Daddy-O. We're going to see Dakota Johnson in the flesh again.
And just to set it out there, I have no shame leaving if the movie is bad before the Q&A.
Oh, who cares? We've seen Dakota Johnson. I almost keep saying Dakota Fanning. Dakota Johnson we saw at that show, remember? We were up in that balcony.
Oh, right.
And we've seen Sean Penn on the street.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm not sitting through bad movies anymore.
But I hope it's good.
I don't think it will be. But that's really it, I guess.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus' movie we're going to see.
No, but when?
I know we have days. Why not?
I almost saw it today. But
Lena Dunham. We're going to see her movie also hopefully this week.
Amazing. That's it.
Thank you so much for listening. We hope you have the best week ever.
Happy middle of June.
Mid-June.
Mid-June.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to Let's Chat with Curry and Adrian. If you enjoyed the show, and we know you did, subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen. Don't forget to leave a 5-star review. Keep the conversation going by following me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at Curry Terrell, and Adrian on Instagram at Adrian McMill, and Twitter at Yo Adrian McMill. Discover our weekly song picks by adding our playlist on Spotify or Apple Music, all linked in this week's episode description. Got questions or feedback? Email us at letschatwithcurry@gmail.com. See you next time. Bye, y'all.